Someone just left me a comment so cute and what a great price. Well, then buy it. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I go by MSAWEBB on all platforms, which will be linked down below. And I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark as well as eBay. So on the channel you'll find everything dealing with reselling, from what sold videos to hauls to unboxing, as well as some tips and tricks along the way. So if all that sounds good to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you can come back and see more of my videos. So in today's video, we are doing a haul. It is a Goodwill haul, so it is a trip to one of my local Goodwills. And you probably saw the thumbnail for this video as I am carrying a large tote of clothing. I have there's two totes from this one Goodwill. So we have quite a lot to get through. Just as a beginner, for people who may be new, my Goodwills around here, I live in Savannah, Georgia, so it's the South. Our Goodwills tend to be a little lower price than other places around the country, and they don't tend to price up that many items. So on average at Goodwill, I spend about $5 per item, averaged out. Some items go for more, such as boots or any other shoes, and some go for less, like intimate wear, which we don't have, like bras and panties. So just like slips and stuff like that will go for less. Preview. Today's haul is really good because some very tiny lady donated a lot of her luxury items to this Goodwill. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same person because it's all the same, like, it's not like Chanel or Gucci, but it's pretty higher priced Nordstrom brands. Well, they're sold at Nordstrom, and they're all in the same size. So I am pretty sure it's the same tiny lady, because it's like extra small, who donated her wardrobe. Guess she was just tired of it. So I was really pretty thrilled. I started like going, even the sections I don't normally go to, I went and like looked for the small and extra small area, which is a tip to do if you ever find really good brands in the same size, to go and check every portion of the store in that size. So anyway, we do have some really good brands in this. We have some Bolos, we have some new Bolos, and then we just have some fun, interesting stuff. You know, I like to pick up the randos, especially the rando vintage, you know. So as I go through the items, I will give you any like insight as to why I picked up this brand and possibly what I think it'll sell for. If you see anything that you like and you can't find it in my Poshmark or eBay, which will be linked down below, go ahead, send me a message here, or go ahead and DM me on Instagram and let me know, and I will post it on either of those sites or sell it directly to you, whichever you prefer. First up on the accessory front is a handbag. So I saw this handbag hanging with the other ones and I thought, oh, cute vintage bag. But then I opened it up and, well, I mean, it could still be vintage, but it's actually fossil. It could be vintage fossil, but I wasn't expecting it to be a fossil purse. And so yeah, I'm excited that I picked that up. So it's just would be a handbag at this point. Okay, I can clean that. Because I think at one point it did have a crossbody strap. You can see it on either side, but it is no longer there. But someone could just add their own strap. Yes, that's what I mean. Strap, or just use it like this. It'd be cute, like little Bahama vacation bag. So the other little thing that I got was Winnie the Pooh. I probably am just keeping this. I don't think he's going for a lot. Although some vintage Pooh, not vintage Pooh, but just vintage Disney. Vintage Disney plushes can go for a lot of money. I don't think this one is particularly worth a lot. Probably I could sell it for like 15 bucks. It is vintage though. You can tell by the face as this is vintage, but it's also made Korea. I will most likely just keep it for my daughter, but it is cute. Side note, I have been thinking of creating kind of like a Bolo or insight video to Disney clothing or Disney merchandise that goes for a lot of money on eBay and Poshmark. Let me know if you'd be interested. I will go ahead and say that I don't sell a lot of it because, you know, if I ever do find it, I keep it. So what makes me an expert on that topic is I buy a lot of it, like a lot of it. And I also research it a lot. Pretty much all of my saved searches on eBay are dealing with Disney. So I'm pretty much an expert, as you can tell. And if you've watched any of my videos. this is pretty much all I wear. It's, you know, especially Disney Spirit jerseys. This smells like popcorn. Yeah, a lot of their like Ray's Spirit jerseys now smell like the food item. Like, this smells like popcorn, and I have a waffles one that smells like maple syrup. It's pretty cool, actually. All right, next up is something I say to myself that I will stop picking up. And I managed to leave a lot of them still, but it's just so hard because I love them. And it is these like beaded silk shirts. They're usually vintage. A lot of them are made by Lawrence Kaiser or whatever, and they can be from like the 70s, 80s, 90s. But this one is actually by Papel Boutique, which is Adriana Papel. Made in India, 100% silk. It's just hard to resist sometimes. I do leave a lot of them, but if they're just something special about them, and I really liked that this was black with black beading. It is a size large as well, although it probably would only fit a medium. I picked it up. I can't help it. I think these are so cool. I have sold some, but I do not as many as I pick up. I still have quite a few that need to sell. But I can't help it. I just think they're so beautiful. I can't help it. All right. Next up, might be a me piece. It is a vintage t-shirt, and it has cows. And they're like textured cows, kind of like my shirt. Somebody has DIY'd it and cut off the collar. It is vintage, and it has a date on it, so I know that, but it also is single stitch. I'm going to go ahead and show you this, guys, because people would talk about single stitching in videos, and I had no idea what they're talking about. So as you can see, there's only one line right here, and on the inside it's even more clear. Most modern day shirts will have two lines. Let me show you. So like here, this has two, flip it over, and it has the double stitching there. So you can actually add this in your title, single stitch vintage, and it could go for more. People are searching for that. This is a Lifestyles t-shirt from 1990. I'll have to look at it more. I don't know if this will go for a ton because it is, you know, like cut right here, and otherwise, so I might just keep it. Oh, I think there's a stain too. I can see it. It may be a little hole. This is probably, I'm going to keep this. But you did learn about single stitch. That's great. That was useful for you guys. All right. Next up is Crown and Ivy. So I've mentioned this in other videos that I only pick this size, this brand up if it is plus size, and this is 3X, or if it's new with tags and substantial, because this is kind of like your cheaper version of Lilly Pulitzer for the South. I say for the South, you can buy it in other places, but like Lilly Pulitzer and this are very popular here. But this one has sailboats on it, and it's like in a kind of like a Mediterranean feel to it. So I did pick this up. I did just sell another one that I had picked up recently that had pineapples on it. So I like to pick it up, and especially if there's cute prints. All right. I was trying to pick up more summery items because, you know, we're leaving the winter, entering spring, summer. But, you know, I'm just so attracted to sweaters and jackets. It's hard for me. I do have 2 jackets in this haul. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I love jackets. Anyway, this is Prana, which is sold at like REI. Is that right? Yeah, REI. I keep mixing it with RCI, which is our... I thought this was new with tags. Okay, it's probably... I think I got a new with tags Prana piece yesterday at Thrift, but no, this is different. So it is just a striped zip-up hoodie. I think it'll still do really well. I don't pick up all Prana because sometimes it's not really very good condition, but this is a size medium, and it is like a hoodie piece, which you could still wear for the spring, so it's not too wintry. Next up is that colorful summer print I was talking about. It was actually, when I saw this, I thought it was vintage. I don't know why, but the feel of it with this like scallop trim felt vintage to me. And so imagine my surprise when it was Talbot's. Talbot size large. And it's just like a floral, looks almost watercolory shirt. And so yeah, I got this. I ended up getting like the last couple of thrifts a lot of Talbots. I know people have been talking about it a lot, especially since Becky Park here on YouTube, or it's Becky Park of Poshmark, I think. She talks about Talbots, like how it sells really well for her. So maybe like subconsciously it made me pick it up. But I tend to only pick up Talbots if it's like 100% linen, or it's in large or larger sizes, or like something pretty like that, although that was large and very pretty. Tell me if you guys have this issue. Is Talbots like known as a petite brand? Because I know they have Talbots petites, but I like mostly find petite items around here. And I know all sizes sell, I know. But like petites take forever. I'm sorry, they do. They take forever. So I don't tend to pick them up. So next is one of the pieces from Tiny Lady, who I feel like donated all of her luxury pieces. And it is ALC. It's a size 0. So yeah, she was tiny. And it's this really pretty dress, which has a bell sleeve. This is a really expensive brand, and it's sold in a lot of different places, such as, I'm sorry, somebody is adding things to their bundle. It is sold at places such as like Nordstrom, and also Neiman Marcus and Shopbop and Revolve. I think it's sold in a lot of different places. But their dresses can retail for a lot of money, like $500. I'm not sure how much this one will resell for. I've actually never sold this brand. I think I recently picked up this brand in a pallet, and I'm not sure I've listed it yet, but I'm excited about it. It is in really great condition. Like all of her pieces are in really great condition, so pretty excited that I happened to hit up the store after they put out her stuff. All right, here's another piece I'm pretty sure was from her. So Nick Plus Though. I didn't know anything about this brand. I, for some reason, thought it was a Target brand. And then I got several pieces in a pallet I recently ordered, and they had the price tags on it. And it was like $200 for a cardigan, like a plain one. And I was like, what? I thought it was sold at Target. I don't know why I thought this was sold at Target. But anyway, I picked up, so now I've started picking this brand up. I've actually now since heard a couple of YouTubers talk about it, like MSAWEBB and Goodwill Thrift talked about it lately. So we'll see how this does. It's just a little blue popover, which I've learned means that you can just, it's like buttoned or zipped, but not all the way. I thought that was just like a Yankee term for something you could put over your head. I really did. This piece does have linen and silk, and it has like a high-low hem. It's this really pretty aqua blue. So I'm excited to list this. Size small. All these little pieces are gonna be a size small, extra small, the little designer pieces. Okay, decidedly not designer. I picked up an ugly Christmas sweater. I know. And what month is this? February. But I couldn't help it. So this is Tipsy Elves, which was on, I think, on Shark Tank. And they sell a lot of, well, they sell a lot of different things, but they are known for like ugly Christmas sweaters. This was a partnership with Samuel Adams. So it's Samuel Adams beer. And it's an extra large, and it's in amazing condition. Like probably someone only bought this for like a ugly Christmas party, and you know, just donated it after that. But anyway, I usually do well with these come Christmas time. I know it's early, but I thought, you know, especially the Tipsy Elves that people actively search for, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. All right, next up is another vintage t-shirt, and it is this little piece. I think it's also Lifestyles. Is it? No, this is Gary Patterson, who used, I guess he did like little newspaper cartoons. I don't know, I'll have to research it more. So this is the hiking out print, which just has this person looking like they're gonna fall off their sailboat. It's definitely vintage. So yes, I will put this one up in my closet. It is an extra large, although I would probably list it as a large. And I think it'll do well. I'm hoping I'm not making a lot of noise hitting this microphone. I almost don't need it because I do talk really loudly, but I try to be more quiet when my daughter's sleeping, so I do put it on. Anyway, I saw some of these prints by this artist could go for a lot of money, but I'm not really particularly sure how much that one will go for yet. This person who created the bundle just sent me a message that said, you know, I'm paraphrasing, "Hi, if none of your likers buy the sweater, I would be willing to pay $20 plus free shipping for it. This is a $50 sweater." Would you be willing? Great. no. And then she's like, I totally understand if you don't want that, and God bless. And I'm like, she's from the South. I bet she is. Let me just look. Okay, speaking of Talbots, I have a Talbots dress here. It is a size 12, and it is just a red shirt dress. I thought it was really pretty. I liked the red color a lot. It is missing the belt, but that's okay. You know, I will just snip these off, honestly. And, you know, if I use a stock photo that has a belt, say, doesn't come with the belt. It has pockets, super cute. Probably list this for about $39. Let's see what we do. Well, I think it's a midi dress too. I guess it really depends on their height, but yeah, it looks like a midi to me. If that doesn't sell, I like that. I could wear it. So next up was also donated by Tiny Lady, I'm pretty sure. It's a brand I've never heard of before, and I kind of looked it up. Like, I looked it up as Bolo, but have since now just learned that it really is Buru White Label. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm sorry. And it's just a sheer cardigan, but I'm pretty sure Tiny Lady did it. And now I'm kind of getting some insight into Tiny Lady's, maybe why she donated all this stuff, is this brand is out of Los Angeles, but made overseas. It says made in Korea, by the way. And it's a luxury women in every stage of motherhood clothing brand. So perhaps Tiny Lady had a baby and Tiny Lady's clothes didn't fit anymore. Because even that happens to Tiny Ladies. I mean, maybe she's just like, instead of super tiny, just tiny now. So there's not a lot of soles on this brand. It retails for a lot of money. So I'm interested to see how it does. Ooh, somebody bought something. So next up was another new to me brand. It is, I'm going to say this wrong. Beat Heyman. And it says Street Couture on it, which almost made me not even look it up, because pretty much if things say couture on them, they're not couture. so I almost didn't even look it up, but it was like obviously really well made, and then had this like zipper collar. You can actually zip the collar off. So I did look it up, and it is a German luxury designer who makes a lot of cool, like, minimalist but funky pieces. Oh, it's like a tunic. This is a dress. Now I'm thinking it might be a dress. Sorry. So comps are a little all over the place, but after doing a little bit more research on this, by looking at eBay, basically it looks like comps are all over the place, because if someone bought it in the United States, they're pretty low, but if an international buyer, I mean, assuming you're in the States selling, the prices were a lot higher. So I do global shipping. I really recommend it if you are on eBay and don't. Global shipping is where you can ship to the countries that participate in this program, and instead of like trying to figure out your own cost of shipping and sending it, you're part of the global shipping program. You pay the fee to ship it to the Kentucky warehouse, and eBay ships it abroad. So what this tells me is that if I get a lot of lowball offers, to not accept them and wait for the international buyer who will appreciate this, because it looks like it's more well known overseas. Yeah, so it's good to like little research sometimes why there's so many different comps in a piece, especially particularly something that is a brand that is not made here. But this is not like a well-known US brand. Also, bonus to selling something through the global shipping program is it's likely not to get returned, because they pay the outrageous shipping fee to ship that to them over in England or Australia. That tends to be where I get things purchased from. So they don't return things because they just don't want to pay that. So yeah. All right, so next up is a vintage piece by Miss Liz, and it is 100% rayon, which is one of the reasons I got it, but otherwise it is a midi dress buttoned all the way in the front. So I thought it would do really well, because it's just like a very nice spring summer vintage piece. I'm not really sure what I'll list this for. I'd have to look at, because sometimes vintage pieces, the brand tends to dictate the price, but I don't choose things always for a brand. I kind of just pick things up based on style for vintage pieces, but I do like to look up the brands just in case I have picked up a desirable vintage brand, because I have to look that up. I'm not 100% knowledgeable. All of that to say that I don't think necessarily brand is really important for vintage pieces if it's like stylistically great or something you really love, but you also want to research the brand just to make sure you're not undervaluing your vintage item. Okay, next up was a really exciting find. I don't think it was Tiny Lady, because this was a larger size than Tiny Lady. And it is Ralph Lauren, but it's the purple label. So if you didn't know, Ralph Lauren has different tiers, and they're the labels. So purple tier, which is this, or purple label, is their highest price pieces. It's like their collection, their couture pieces. So it goes for the most amount of money, or you have to, it's the most expensive when you purchase it. I've never found purple label Ralph Lauren before. I found black label, which is the next tier, and I can't remember all the rest of them, but I've never found purple, so I'm pretty excited about this. It's like not crazy. I mean, it's just like a silk top, although it feels like a raincoat, but it is 100% silk. But it does have like these cute button details and like little flared or bell sleeves. So, you know, I did pick it up. I mean, how am I going to resist? I mean, this could have probably retailed for hundreds, if not $1,000. I don't know if they still make purple label, because, I mean, it seems like an older tag. I don't know. I have to research more into it. Not sure what I'm going to price it at. Cool to find, though. Next up is another Talbot's piece. Apparently, I'm telling you, I did not realize that I was buying so much Talbots. I think I just heard people talking about it in my brain, and subconsciously kept purchasing it. But this is 100% Irish linen. It does say Talbot's Petites, but it doesn't have a petite size. So does anybody who picks up Talbots more know if just anything that says the brand, you know, Talbot's Petites is a petite size and they just don't put the P? I don't know. If you know, let me know down in the comments. But anyway, it's a size 10, and it's a 100% Irish, 100% Irish linen. Has a square neck. I think it is vintage, but it's still really cute. Plus, square necks are kind of in because the 90s are coming back, or are back. It's cute. I think it's another midi dress, 100% linen. I like the color, so I picked it up. So next is a vintage piece, and I'm pretty sure it's from the 60s. What interests me, well, first off, what interests me is it was so cottagecore and kind of made me think of gunny sacks, which is not, by the way, which I've never found the cottagecore prairie looking dresses. But it did make me do a double take, and I really liked this mesh detail with the collar. And then I had to get it because the tag is, I'm a smart aleck, spelled with a C, of California. And I looked it up. I need to do a little bit more research, but it looks like this piece was from the 60s. Yeah, and it's definitely cottagecore prairie vibes, even if it isn't. Okay, next up is a tried and true, and it is soft surroundings. This is an extra large, and it's just this mustard faux wrap top. I really like the color. Soft surroundings, of course, very soft and comfy normally. So I picked that up. I do like to pick up soft surroundings, especially if it's substantial or it's a large and larger. So next up is another new to me brand. It is called Mott 50, or MOTTO 50, and it is a swimsuit or swimwear line that dedicates itself to not sacrificing, you know, trends for sun protection. So that's why it's 50, because they have 50 SPF or higher. This is a piece from their avocado collection, which is one of their more popular pieces. It's just a one piece, but it has the long sleeves, the high neck, to help with sun protection. And it's in really great condition. Like, I don't know if this person wore this because there is like no damage to it. There is, I mean, the label's worn off, which kind of sucks because I think the size is worn off. So this probably retailed for like 130, 160 bucks. Hopefully will go around $50, $60. So that was really exciting. Keep your eye out for that brand. Okay, so here's one of the coats I grabbed, that, you know, tomorrow's March 1st, so there's really no reason to pick up coats, but I had to because I don't often find plus size coats. So this is a Steve Madden coat, which is not like the most amazing coat brand to pick up, but it is a 2X, and it is this jacquard or textured knit coat, but it is polyester, wool, acrylic, and rayon. So really nice, not ingredients, I keep wanting to say ingredients, materials. So I did pick this up even though we're going out of this season. You know, I still liked it, and it's not often I find nicer or even brand name plus size coats. Okay, last in the first bin is the other coat that I picked up after going through the coat section. It's Soft Surroundings, this is the old tag Soft Surroundings, so it's likely vintage in itself. It's made in China, so it's probably just the 90s if it is vintage. But it's 100% wool. The lining is acetate, so you know it's made with good materials. It's a size small, but I just thought this was really cute. It's a really cute wool coat, and this closure right here, it's really hard to show coats. I'm sorry if you hear my daughter in the background. It's probably near feeding time. Is this tasseled toggle closure. So I got it. I still think it'll do really well, even though it's the older tag, Soft Surroundings, and like a small size. Like, I know people are with her. That's why I'm not, like, they make fun of me because if I hear her crying like that, I like rush out. But like her dad and my mother-in-law are with her. It's just kind of hard. If you don't know why they're crying, you want to go look. I'm sure the reason being is she wants them to pick them up, and we're trying to like make sure she doesn't just think crying makes us pick her up. Okay, next is my #1 bread and butter brand. And I've heard other resellers talk about it, but I just do so well with this brand. It's Garnet Hill. I have 100% sell-through rate with this brand. Like, every time I put something of this brand in my closet, it sells. Like, it does. And I think the longest one has ever taken me to sell is a month. It sells very quickly, and even if it is not, I mean, like, this is printed and cute, like a cute cardigan. But even if it's just like a t-shirt, it sells really well. I mean, they have really good materials. I think this must be wool, or has a touch of wool into it. Yep, no, it's 100% merino wool. So this will do really well, and I love this brand. Like, it's not gonna go for like $100, but it is a very quick, for me, $30, $35, maybe even more. Next is We the Free. I don't pick up all free people, but this is a size large, and it didn't look like it had been worn. It's just a t-shirt, but I really liked the print. Like I said, I was like looking for nice prints and springy pieces, so this came home with me. Oh, this is for me too. Anyway, it says Mamacita needs a margarita. Isn't that cool? That's for me, because I'm a mom now and I like margaritas. Yeah, I'm really excited about this piece. I'm gonna wear this piece like it's a luxury piece. It's for me. The next pickup is because of liquidation and because of Mackenzie Thrift, which now that I have mentioned her like 3 times, I will go ahead and link her channel down below. Sure, you follow her, but she's fun. Her hauls are really great. I learned a lot from her, actually. She's like the first person to ever explain what a popover was to me. I think I mentioned it early in the video. I had no idea what people meant when they said popover. But anyway, I picked up this particular dress because I did get a lot of Billabong in a recent liquidation. It's doing well. And then she mentioned that Billabong maxi dresses do well for her. So this is a maxi dress. It is a size small, and it's a floral button front maxi dress. She mentioned in that video that she first talked about Billabong that a specific style of maxi dress does really well. I'm not sure if that's it. I'd have to go back and look at the video, but that's what really made me pick it up, because she mentioned that. So the next 4 pieces are from a brand have never heard of, but I'm kind of excited to try out. The comps are a little mixed. but I'm still excited to try them out because it is a new to me. Okay, fix the lighting problem. But what I was saying is this is a new to me plus size brand. It's called Ula Popkin. And I've never heard of this before. And you know, your standard plus size brands you hear about, it's Torrid and Eloquy. So I looked it up. This is exclusively a plus size brand. They sell other brands under the Ula Popkin brand name. They have a website. They're located in stores. It goes for not a ton of money, but like $100, $150, sometimes more. And I'm excited to try it out. It did have mixed comps. So I ended up getting these pieces, even though in the store I realized how mixed the comps were, because I don't know, they're all cotton. They're all like this nice lounge kind of thing. So this is just like a midi dress with a tie waist. Of course, they're all plus size. So I was like, I'm going to do a little more research, maybe list a couple they don't sell, then lot them all up. You know, it's fine. All right, don't laugh, because I bet you this might be one of the fastest selling things that I picked up. But it is a vintage cat vest. I'm telling you guys, our cat lovers are all over the resale market. Every time I post something with cats on it, it sells so fast, and little cat figurines sell really fast. This is 100% cotton. It was made in the US. It's an extra large, so it's vintage cat vest. I swear to God, it'll sell so fast. Watch it. So anyway, guys, that is the end of this haul. Anyway, guys, I hope your sales were great this week, and I will see you next time. Bye.